Spa-Francorchamps circuit for round 11 of the Front Row Racing World Championship. Once again, it was Williams who dominated last time out in Hungary, with Kev winning from his teammate Dave in second. Dom again sitting just in behind them, completing the podium places. Who will win this weekend? It's going to be another intriguing fight between both Williams drivers, we feel. Will it be Dave, or will it be Kev? The belief is that Dave is slightly quicker than Kev going into this qualifying session. I can't wait to see who's going to be on top here. It's a beautiful day here in Spa, Belgium, which is pretty strange, it has to be said, and we're all set for the start of qualifying. But before we do go into the qualifying, let's have a look at the driver's standings. It is Dave on top at the moment with 194 points, Kevin second on 186. Dom sits third, a good way back, 84 points in fact, of the championship leader, with 110 points in third. James Hulkenberg, who's absent today, sits in fourth. Cameron James, who's also absent, is in fifth in the championship, with Bartman in sixth. Seventh is GD5 King with his teammate directly behind them, just a 1 point in it between both India guys. If you thought the Williams guys were close, these guys are even closer, 7th and 8th. Dave the Harp is 9th in the standings with the two Red Bulls, 10th and 11th. Then it's Dan Evans in 12th, the Stockheath 13th, and Mowney bringing up the rear in 14th. Constructor standings, it's Williams on top with 380, cruising to that constructor's title, it would seem. Lotus in second, with Sahara Force India doing a solid job in third. Ferrari sit fourth, McLaren are fifth, Red Bull sixth, Mercedes bottom of the pile in seventh. Alongside me today, I have got Adam, and we're all set for this qualifying session. Where do you think, what do you think is going to happen, Adam? Who do you think is going to be the main man? Is it Dave or Kev this afternoon?
I got a feeling Dave's just going to nick this one, probably by a couple of attempts, but that's if he can hold the lap together, because there is an opportunity to get a few corners a little bit wrong. How about yourself, Andy?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think Dave seems to be the one that makes the errors in qualifying. He seems to the pressure hits him harder than it does Kev, and I just get the feeling, despite Dave having the upper hand in practice, as we've heard in the interviews and what we've heard pre-race, that it's all about that 1/10 of a second advantage Dave's got. But I just think Kev always seems to pull the rabbit out of the hat, and I think he'll do the same again, and he will surprise us and take pole position. So a split decision between us, and I think we're all set for a cracking qualifying session. Who do you think will be in behind them? Is it Dom again, or is Bartman the man to watch? What do you think?
I think it's going to be Dom in third on the grid, as we're on board with Dom, if you'd like to take us through a lap of Spa.
Yeah, here we are then, coming out of the first corner and down past where David Coulthard had that enormous shunt with the rest of the pack in 1998, climbing through the famous Eau Rouge turn, and we all know how many accidents have happened through there and how famous and how huge they've been. And now down the Kemmel Straight, it's actually uphill. You don't really notice it on the camera, but trust me, if you walk it, it really is an uphill climb. And now into the calm section of the lap. You get a move done on the way into there after that single file stop as you go through Malmedy and down towards Ravage. Very difficult right-hander downhill, so easy to suck the car out wide, but Dom is getting it absolutely spot on, hugging the curb nice and tight. Now down the hill through No Name, doesn't have a name, one of the few cars on this track that doesn't, and then down into the real challenge of this circuit now. It's Pouhon, it was once Blanchimont, it was once Eau Rouge, but now this is the corner where the real challenge is. You come out of there and down into one of the high-speed chicanes through the Fania. You really have to have some serious aerodynamic grip and real confidence in the car as you go through there. Now down into Stavolo, another corner, but it's so easy to get it wrong. Run wide and plant it in the gravel, but Dom doing a very solid early attempt here as you plant the throttle again, and then it's a long climb up through the gears, through the long sweeping Blanchimont corner, and then down towards the famous bus stop chicane as we lose Bartman. Well, hopefully he'll be able to get back in time. He will be out of qualifying though, and now down into the bus stop chicane, another area of the circuit. You can see some cracking overtakes, and then round the final corner and up to the line to complete a legendary lap of Spa. And Dom fitting those quickest on a 1:45.9, but we expect times a lot quicker than that, don't we, Adam?
Yeah, I'm looking probably low 145s for the pace setters that are Williams, Dave and Kev. Hopefully, maybe a few more drivers creeping into the low 145s.
Yeah, well, we'll soon see, but Dom's the first one to dip into the 45s. I think Stockton's just gone second, 4 tenths back, as we do get Bartman back in the lobby. He will not take part in qualifying, but, well, that's a bit of a shame for him, but he will start down the back of the field. Hopefully, he can climb up through the order in that McLaren. But Stocky goes second then with a 46.3, Dom on top with that 45.9. Two runners out there so far. We've got Conzo on the track too, who's just gone through the first sector. But Adam, where do you think the time will be won and lost around this circuit? Where, between these two Williams guys, where is it? And we heard them talk pre-qualifying that they were level in the first sector, seemingly. Both doing similar times, but it was Kev who seized the initiative in the middle part, and then all of a sudden Dave found the same time back, 4 tenths lost in the middle part to his teammate, and then gained the next 4 tenths in the final sector. Surely that's very strange, because it's all straights in the final sector, and surely you would think that that would help him in the first sector as well. Very, very strange, isn't it, between those two Williams guys?
Yeah, it's a little bit odd because I assume that Dave will be running a lower aero than Kev is, because Kev's making a bit of time up on Dave in the middle sector. But for Dave not to be fully getting the best out of that aero package down the first sector is quite shocking, but maybe he could correct it in this qualifying session.
Yeah, we'll have to see, because that's a very grey area that I'm struggling to get my head around, but we'll have to wait and see. And through the first corner goes Dave now on his first flying lap of the session. And where would you say is the real challenge? Is it Pouhon? Do you agree with me? Pouhon's got to be the real challenge on this circuit these days.
Yeah, I'd agree. In the race, you're looking at Eau Rouge for probably the first lap, all the cars filtering through. But in qualifying, yeah, Pouhon is the little bit of the track where they've got to keep it together. Make sure they stay within track limits so they're not losing any time.
Yeah, absolutely. Pouhon the real challenge. But you're right on board with Dave. There's so many challenging areas around this circuit nowadays, and we're coming down to one of them now as we go on board with Dave, and that is the Ravage corner. So easy to sloom wide. It's very, very difficult. But Dave, look, just like Dom, absolutely nailing it, hugging it like his favourite granny. Beautiful stuff through there. He sweeps down the hill now towards the real challenge that is Pouhon corner. How does he get on through here? Is he flat? Let's listen in. A few downshifts in the way in, I think, and then planting the throttle, trying to get on the throttle nice and early. They shoot him down, catapult him into this Spanish chicane, and that Williams looks absolutely planted, doesn't it, Adam? On the rails through that middle part of the lap.
Yeah, it shows maybe Dave may have just adjusted his aero package a little bit, just maybe get a bit more grip in the tight, twisty section of the track.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we need to remember, we thought that was planted. Wait till we see Kev through there. We believe he will run a little bit more wing than Dave, but let's see what Dave does then as he goes through. Launch him on for the first time on a quick lap. 30.0 followed up by a 47.3. How does that compare with the full time? A 47.3 also set by Dom in that middle sector on his quickest run. So up to the line, where does Dave go then? Currently 12th. He pops up into first place with a 1:45.6, gaining all that time in the final sector on Dom, as we thought. But still in the first sector, strangely enough, no advantage over the likes of Dom. We don't know what his wing's like. We know that Kev's running a little bit more, but still pretty strange, and even more strange because Kev's gone quickest through that first sector in his run. He did a 29.8 through that first sector, and well, I think he abandoned his final sector, but
oh, what amazing time. Kev's just set a 1:45.154, taking provisional pole.
Wow, look at that. That is ominous. Look at that middle sector. 46.8, that's half a second quicker than his teammate Dave. That is incredible. Oh my word. And I did say it at the start of the session, Kev always seems to pull the rabbit out of the hat, and the pressure is now on Dave to respond, because that's half a second the gap. A tenth in the first sector, 5 tenths in the middle sector, and then even more time in the third sector. Oh my, oh no, he's not quite, no, just a little bit slower, sorry, half a tenth in that final sector. What's he going to do? It's not looking good at all for Dave at the moment. He's going to have to deliver something in the first and third sectors, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely. He's got to make up a bit of time here. It's a huge difference. It may not seem like a huge difference to the regular drivers, but between Kev and Dave, it's a huge difference with their sporting rivalry.
Yeah, that's very strange. It's like Hamilton and Rosberg. To see a half a second difference is very, very unusual. I mean, okay, then this season in real Formula 1 has extended out to that margin at times, but not between Dave and Kev. Oh no, half a second? That's incredible. And what about Dom? Maybe he fancied his chances to split them this afternoon if that's the best Dave can do. We'll have to wait and see. That obviously it's still a long way to go in this session, 8.5 minutes to be exact. And what is a beautiful day for racing here, for qualifying around the Spa circuit as we watch Stocky start a flying lap. Currently 4th quickest. Going through the first corner, going out wide and ruining the lap immediately onto the curb, onto the AstroTurf. And he's abandoned it right away. Look, he's coasting now down that back straight. So who else can we ride on board with? We've got Joe Finn without a front wing. What's he done there? No front wing on that Red Bull. I wonder what's happened. And he's struggling to get it through Blanchimon. I need to get right out of the way of any oncoming traffic.
And we've got Dom on the time lap on the options, just going through Eau Rouge at the moment.
Oh, okay, let's pick him up then, Joe Finn. We'll try and figure out what's happened to him. He's clearly damaged the car as Dom attacks the first sector. There's a 30.1, not spectacular, not particularly quick, and look how late he was turning in there. The car seemed to understeer and scrub wider and wider. Didn't want to turn into Lecombe, but Dom has finally got it on the way through the corner, and I think he's slowed him back off this one, has he? Has he?
Yeah, he looks like he has.
Yeah, he has. I think he just took a little bit too much speed into Lecombe maybe, or maybe it's just an example of how much the Lotus is struggling with a little bit less aero. Very, very interesting to see what's going on there with Dom, but third quickest at the moment for the Dutchman, and Stocky's on a lap at the moment, but his first sector, as we know, he abandoned it, of course, telling me. But there were only two drivers out on the circuit at the moment. We've got a little bit of a lull in the action, don't we?
Maybe they're just trying to gather their thoughts a bit, see where they're losing a bit of time and try and make up that bit of time that they're losing. Because Stocky's a fast driver, so I'd expect him to be competing with Dom for the third position on qualifying.
Yeah, it's very strange, but let's just have a quick rundown then. Well, there's quite a lull in the order at the moment in the racing, but it is Kev out there on top with a 45.1. Dave in second, 45.6, some half a second shy, as we've already discussed. That's a surprise to us at the moment, but still, plenty of time for that to change. Dom in third, 8/10 off pole. Stocky fourth, 1.2 away from the ultimate pace. Then it's a Scottish 5-6, looking out the third row is Konzo and GD5 King, 47.4 and a 49.8 for Dean 5 King, some 4.6 seconds off the pace. That's incredible. Joe Finn, as we've seen without a front wing, is yet to set a time. David Harp has also not set a time. We've not seen front row racing GP out there either. Of course, Batman, sorry, will have to start this race from the back, having disconnected earlier on in the session, but at least he's going to be participating in the race tomorrow. But we'll get Stocky out there again, 30.9 in the first sector, not quick at all. Clearly must be running a lot of aero.
He seems to be struggling quite a lot on the middle sector, so it looks like he's running maybe too much of a low aero.
Yeah, of course, but why is he only... Yeah, I agree, but why has he done a 30.9? The first sector though, that's strange, I didn't see it. But he's only done a 30.9, and let's see how he got on in the middle part of the lap. We're looking at a mid 47, 51, he's obviously on a slow lap. Okay, we'll see what he does next time. But yeah, it's very strange. But maybe this lack of running that we've seen from quite a few of the drivers, it's got to go down to what was it I was going to say? Sorry, it's got to go down to the tyres. We did see that Dave said earlier in practice that he felt that there was a real abuse of the tyres on this circuit, and maybe they're just trying to save their option tyres up. That's got to be what it is, isn't it? Why are they not going out on the circuit? It's got to be that reason.
I suppose it's just dependent on the race strategy, like you're saying. It's just, if it's going to be a dry race, which many are hoping for, it's going to look like a free stopper.
Yeah, and it seemed to me like that's what Williams were hoping for. I mean, the less variable, the more chance they have of taking another 1-2, isn't that right, Adam? I mean, surely they want a dry race tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. They're just wanting it to be as perfect as possible for both of them, because then it's just up to them to battle it out on track without any elements getting involved.
Yeah, of course. And I tell you what, there's half a second gap between these guys come the end of qualifying. You got to look and wonder if Dave will be able to stick with Kev. I mean, I know the DRS is really powerful around here, and it means you can stick with the driver, but half a second, if he has a bad middle sector at any point and Kev is a good one, that could be it. It really could.
Alright, Duo Finn is on a time lap on the options at the moment.
Yeah, Rennie on board with him then as he goes through Eau Rouge in that Red Bull. The Renault power bolted in the back of that. Shouldn't be too quick in a straight line, but we'll see what he can do then. As he climbs up into 8th gear and the engine's singing as it hits the brakes now down at the braking point, and it's a very unspectacular 31.0 through that first sector. But still, he's not done a lap time, and there's every chance he can move up to maybe 5th or 6th here. So down into Ravage now he goes, a lot wider on the way in there, not as hooked up through there as we've seen the Williams of Dave, and we've seen from Dom as well through there as he heads down now towards Pouhon. Nice and tidy through No Name into Pouhon. Attacking. A lot later on the throttle as well, Adam. You have to say it was one downshift I think I only heard there, and then very, very late on the throttle compared to the likes of Dave. And it's really compromising him in a straight line.
Maybe he's just finding a little bit of pace where he's going to improve somewhere along the track, because he wants to be higher than 7th. 7th's not going to be good for Duo Finn.
Now look at that, 49.0 through the middle sector. We've seen 47s through there. He's just trying to put something together, maybe trying to find his braking point, find the rhythm. We've already seen him without a front wing, so maybe he's lacking a little bit of confidence, and he's just going to try and build it up as he comes through the final part of the lap. Then currently 7th quickest. You would feel he might be able to move up to maybe 6th ahead of GD5 King. I don't know if he's improved at all. Up to the line, he does improve up to 6th position ahead of GD5 King, only by 3/10 though, 4.3 off the ultimate pace. So still Kev from Dave, then Dom and third with Stocky 4th, Hondo 5th. You're hoping, as we've just seen, pops into 6th. GD5 King on 7th.
And Kev is out on an outlap, yep, on the options, so this could be another marker to set down just to show Dave that he's not fooling around at Spa.
Well, Kev on to the option. Dave's also out there on an outlap. He's further round the lap. He's only just in front of him on the lap then, so this could get interesting. They've left it very late, so well, they've gone out the garage quite early actually, so they'll be one of the first few to see the checkered flag. But crucially, in their scrap, it will be Kev that sees the checkered flag last between those two. A minute and 25 to go. You can't get round and do another lap around Spa in that time, so this is it then. This is what it's all about as they go through the bus stop chicane. It will be Dave to go first, Kev to go second. We've got Dom out there on an outlap as well. He's left it a lot later. Stocky's out there as well, starting his quick lap. Conzo's on one. Joe Finn coming towards the end of the lap. A much better first sector from him. But it's all about what Dave and what Kev can do.
Riding on board with Front Row Racing DP at the moment.
Yep, climbing up through Eau Rouge and heading down the long Camel Straight through Radion and onto that long straight now. He opens the DRS up. What can he do? He needs a big first sector here. It needs to be a lot quicker than what it's been up till now. It is an improvement. 29.9 through that first sector. What does Kev do behind him on the road? Where is Kev?
A 30.08.
30.08 from Kev. Well, it's a little bit slower, but overall, Kev's still got the advantage. No, that's a green first sector. That's a purple first sector from Dave. This has got to be it then. He needs to throw the kitchen sink at this. He's going down now towards Pouhon. Will he attack, using a bit of grass? Was he outside track limits there? I think so. He will carry on. That's one for the stewards as Dave carries on. And he was outside the track limits, undoubtedly on the exit of the corner. And we're still with Dave. We'll get Kev behind him on the road. Kev still on top. As Dave heads down towards the final part of the lap, what can he do then? Heading up towards Blanchimont at 190 miles an hour through this long left-hander. What can he do at the end of this lap? He's gone for it. He's going to go for it. He's going to complete the lap. Into the bus stop chicane he goes. Through the first part. Into the second part.
He's pitted.
And into the pits. He's pitted. He obviously realised he cut the corner. That's good to see. Kev rounds the final corner then. He's going to be on pole anyway, surely. There's nothing in it they can do. He completes the lap. Does he improve? I'm not sure. We can't really view it from this position. Race director, I'm going to have a quick look and see if he did improve. He did not. A 46.0 on that last lap there. So what can Dom do? Can he mix it up a little bit and get his car up and into an incredible front row position? He's only 3/10 away, remember, from doing that, but it's Joe Finn at the moment we're watching as he comes down into the final few corners towards the bus stop. We've been slowly talking about how he's been winding it up, improving his confidence after losing his front line earlier on in the session. Joe Finn, oh, that's like a bus going through there, and he struggled across the line and he's abandoned the lap. GD5 King now right behind him on the track. Can he improve from 7th quickest? 6th he pops up to. Now it's all about Dom out the final corner. He's currently third. Can he get on the front row? No, he stays third. And now it's all about Conzo. Front Row Racing GP has abandoned his run. And what can Conzo do? Currently 5th, the Scot. Through the long Blanchimont. Has he backed out of it? I think he has. Yeah, he's backed out of it. Conzo's backed out. Front Row Racing GP is backed out. And qualifying has concluded here with Kev on top for Williams, with Front Row Racing Dave in second. And it's Dom in third. Dom, did he improve at the end there? I don't think he did. Stayed third on a 1:45.9. So, in the end, Kev on top from 4.5 tenths, nearly 5 tenths really, with Dave in second. Dom in third for Lotus. Stocky sits fourth on a 1:46.3. All on his own really, nobody else in the 46s. And then fifth is Conzo on a 1:47.2. GD5 King popped up right at the end to get back into the top 6. But Jehovah disappointed with 7th. Front Row Racing GP is outside 107% by a country mile with a 2 minute 40, 55 seconds off in 8th. Dave the Harp 9th, no time. And Batman, as we know, disconnected unfortunately early on in the session. Well, what do you make of that one then, Adam?
I think it's quite surprising because it looks like Kev just found a bit more pace on Dave, so this could be another Kev win.
We'll have to wait and see. Dave's going to have to raise his game, that's for sure, as we get ready for the start of the Belgian Grand Prix. What's the weather like as we arrive here on Sunday? As we get ready for round 11 of the World Championship. There is 8 points between them. It could go down to a point if Kev could get the win here today. We're all set. It's a beautiful day here in Belgium. And there is the grid. It's we're both commentating. We're not on that grid. The top 10 order will give you in a moment's time. It is Batman at the bottom with that unfortunate error in qualifying. Dave alongside him. And it's Front Row Racing GP and Jehovah. The Force Indias lock out the next row. And it's Stocky. No, not the Force Indias. Stocky, Dom, and in the front row the 2 Williams guys, the 2 Scots should I say. Conzo was in 5th position there. But we're all set for the start of this Grand Prix. 30 seconds away from the start. A last minute call. Do you think it's Kev, Adam? Because I certainly think so.
Yeah, I think Kev's got this in the bag. It's just too much of a gap per lap. If you put in the aspects of per lap, Kev's just got a little bit too much for Dave, I think.
Well, we'll soon see if Dave can raise his game. He has to raise the bar because that's exactly what Kev did yesterday in qualifying. We're all set for the start of the Belgian Grand Prix in beautiful conditions, but you never know when the rain might be around the corner. We're on the grid then, and we're all set for the start of the Belgian Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go here in Belgium. We get ready for the start of this race, going into the first corner. Who is it at the front? It's Kev, and it's, look at that, it's Dom up the inside of them all, and Dom is swept through into the lead. Goodness me, Dom has taken the lot of them and leads the race into the first corner. Incredible diving move up the inside. Stocky's made it up to second. The Williamses have been demoted down to 3rd and 4th. What a blistering start from the Lotus driver, who out-muscled them and breezed his way through at the start, and now they're all slipped in one another. Look at Stocky making a real move to try and attack Dom. He's big very late. He's going to try and turn in, but he can't do it. He misses the corner and goes across the rumble strips, and it is Dom with a gutsy and attacking move to take the lead away at the very start.
Oh, it's been contact.
Conzo's in the barrier. Conzo in the barrier, front wing gone. That was enormous. That was like Maldonado, remember, in the very same car back in practice. In the Belgian Grand Prix itself, but what a crazy start to the race. Look at that, it's Dom from Stocky. What do you make of that, Adam?
Something must have gone really wrong with the Williams there, because Stocky was 4th on the grid, Dom 3rd, and they've just pounced on maybe a shocking start from both Williams there.
Well, they have talked about it, Williams. They've talked about how they've not been getting the starts they wanted, and that maybe the other drivers in the field have just got that little bit of an advantage over them. But there's no doubt about it, Williams have a pace advantage if they can't get the start right. But it's all making up for a fantastic start to this race. And I have to say, Dom was just super aggressive. He knew he had to pass them. He got the blistering start. Send it. Oh, look at Stocky. He's going round the outside of Dom. Oh my goodness, through Blanchimont, he's done it! What a move! Round the outside through Blanchimont, he's got balls, that's for sure, and takes the lead away, and moves up for Mercedes to take the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix at the end of lap 1. What a move!
That was a really action-packed lap, and hopefully the Williams pair are actually going to try and get back into this race, because they will be absolutely livid at being 3rd and 4th at the moment.
Absolutely incredible. I'm just going to try and talk through it again, what happened, but there's no point because we're going to see some more action going through Eau Rouge when the race calms down, and we'll have a talk about the start of the race again, because here comes Dom and here comes Dave. They're going to be 3 wide in a moment, 3 wide going down the straight, and Dave goes through the middle. What a move this would be! Is it move of the season? It might be. And they're side by side. Stocky has to concede, and Dom might just be holding on to the lead of the Grand Prix, is it? It's going to be so close, and he does. Just about hold on to the lead of this race. 3 wide they went. Stocky with a ridiculous move up the inside. And as I didn't see there was so much lag there. Did he just bump Dom off the track? It looked like it. It looked like it. Oh,
looks like goodness. A lot of lag coming from Stocky's car.
Yeah, a lot of lag. It's very difficult for us to make out what was going on there, but it seemed to me like Stocky went very, very late on the brakes and wiped Dom clean out of the action there. We can't be absolutely sure because of the lag, but that's what it looked like to me. And there's an awful lot of lag coming from the race leader, who is now Stocky. But what about that going up of Kemmel straight there, 3 wide? What do you just think of that one, Adam? Incredible.
I think it's quite good because there's no DRS in activation at the moment, but the slipstreaming the cars are doing, it's just benefiting the race where you're getting action straight away. You're not having to wait till lap 3. Yeah,
but for the issue now is that things might get a bit too easy come lap 3, but we can enjoy it at the moment. But that was crazy, 3 cars going side by side, and now as a result Kev is in front of Dom and touching the rear of his teammate there. Incredible. Oh, we did talk off air about Kev and Dave maybe finally coming to blows, because that was very close. And now it's Stocky leading from Dave in second, and Dom's back up into third there with Kev nuffing the back of his teammate, and that's allowed Dom in to retake that third place. But what a start. Bartman's up to 5th already. Look at that. What a great start by him. From the back of the grid, what a start. T5 King in 6th, Dave 7th, Joe in 8th, and we go back to the leaders, and Stocky's really under pressure again from Dave, who now has the DRS, I believe. Yeah,
he does.
Homing in and closing, but he can't make the move, and Stocky holds on to the lead for the moment. 1.2 remember, 1.2 seconds he was away from pole. He'd be incredible if he could hold on for so long and win the race, but look, Dave's made a mistake, and Dom's alongside. Is he into reverse? He is! He's going to slither up the inside and take the place! And Dom, who's been denied once already today, forced off the circuit once. That wasn't the end of his race. He's back up into second, and then we've got Kevin Dave dueling in the way down to Pujon. Incredible, they're still 3rd and 4th. Oh, there's so much action going on. And how did Dom do that? Did Dave just go a little bit hot into the first part of the corner? He must have.
Yeah, it looks like he messed up his entry into the corner, then he had to defend from his teammate after letting Dom go through.
Yeah, and he's still defending from his teammate because Kev is all over him. Look at this. He's absolutely all over his teammate, climbing all over the back of him. And remember, if Kev can beat Dave, with Dave in second, which we still predict is the most likely outcome of Williams 1-2, we have to be honest, the gap would be down to 1 point. But at the moment, things suit Dave. He's in front of Kev, and there's a point off of his teammate. Oh, and Kev locks up! Huge lock up on the way down into the brakes, and thank goodness for the Williams team that they ghosted there. Otherwise he'd have collected his teammate Barrichello style and Alonso style back in 2010. Did you see that one there, Adam? Incredible.
Yeah, it was odd. He locked up, and then as at the exit of the final corner, he seemed to have a bit of struggle, a bit too much power. Maybe the torque was a bit too much for his car to handle, and it's put him right on the back foot.
Yeah, it has. And speaking on the back foot, there is Dom on the back foot, because Dave is all over the back of him, going from left to right and left to right, and now going to the outside with that superior straight line speed and the DRS to boot. He's going to go through, isn't he? He is going through to take second place, and is this the moment that Dave can stamp his authority on this Grand Prix, break clear and hunt down Stocky, who had a major slide there. I just caught it on the shot. Stocky had a major slide coming out of Malmedy as he goes through Rivage then, lap 4 out of 22. What a start. Stocky leads from Dave in second, Dom in third, and Kent dropping back now in 4th position. Dropping so far back, he's into the clutches of Bartman. Goodness me. The pole man is being hunted by the man who started right at the back.
Do you think there's a possibility that Kev has burnt up a bit too much of his tyre life already?
Yeah, absolutely, because he's been really locking up everywhere, and he's going wide again, and that'll screech and damage the tyres, and Bartman is all over him, look, and Bartman's going to sweep to the outside. Kev needs to stop.
Stocky's had a little incident. He's gone off wide into the barriers, allowing Dave to take first place.
Oh my goodness, so Dave takes the lead away from Stocky with Dom in third, and Parkman has taken Kevin, gone up into fourth. What is going on for that Williams driver? One driver takes the lead, and Kevin now going to go around the outside of Parkman. Goodness me, that's close. And he holds it round the outside and takes fourth back again onto the brakes. And that is incredible, round the outside there. And yes, Kev does concede that the tyres are destroyed and dives into the pits. A disastrous opening stint for the poleman. Not at all what he wanted, Adam, is it? Wow.
Not at all, and we've got Dom on the back of Stocky. Stocky is seemingly struggling on his tyres now at the moment, and it looks like Dave's getting a little bit too far ahead of him. So this is looking great for Dave.
Yeah, we said a lap ago he had to stamp his authority on the race, and he's done that, not through his own driving, through Stocky making mistakes, and now Dom is going to try and punish Stocky further. He's going to the outside, he's got the momentum, he's got the move done, he's through into second place, lap 5 out of 22. We've had so many changes in the front three places, it's hard to keep up, but we can't tell you that it is Dave leading from Dom and Stocky in third, and Stocky's still planted in the rear of Dom, but this time there is no major drop through the bag. So Dave now leads and has the chance to break clear to possibly a decisive victory from this point. What do you think, Adam? Is this his chance?
I probably think the next stint, once he gets fresh rubber on, that's his chance, because he's just not pulling away enough of a gap at the moment. I think everyone's tyres are actually just on the limit of falling off the cliff.
Yeah, and do you think Kev maybe with that early stop it might favour him a little bit?
It could do, because you may get some cars that would be trying to do a long two-stopper, but that's definitely put Kev in three-stop territory.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. In fact, that's a very good point. Will we see the likes of Dom and Stocky try that? Obviously, as you say, the tyres are beginning to fall away already, so it'll be very interesting if we do try it. We're pretty confident both Williamses are going for the three-stop, as Stocky clambers all over the back of Dom again and dives up the inside. No, he can't get it done, and that looked like a major oh, they both go in the pits together. That was incredible. Somehow they get away with it, and they all pour in, and the mechanics scatter out into the pit lane. So first in is Dave. Dom is in as well.
And Kev's just coming up to the bus stop.
Stocky pulls away, but will it be Dom or Stocky who'll win that battle? They were side by side coming in the pits, and it remains the advantage for Dom. So where is Kev as we ride on board with him now, coming out of the first corner? Where is he with the others? He's fourth still. And did I see front wing there? I think I see front wing there. Yes! Dave has lost his front wing! He's up! He's in the barrier! Oh! Dave is out of the Grand Prix! Oh my word! Major repercussions for the championship. Dave in the Barrier Au Rouge and out of the Grand Prix. What has happened to the World Championship leader? And is this one of the biggest moments of the season so far? Dave is deep in the barrier. He's so far in the barrier. Oh my word, what happened there? Adam, did you see what happened in the exit of the first corner?
Didn't catch it. All I saw was wing flying towards Kev's car and Stocky's car, but that's a huge shame for Dave on a track that he loves as well, that he's pretty fast at, and that's just a massive blow to his title hopes.
A massive blow to his title hopes and a massive blow to his body. What a shunt that was. Goodness me, I hope he's okay. That was enormous. He just seemed to... I don't know how he lost the front wing, we've got no idea, but how can you lose your front wing on pit exit? Could he have possibly collided with another car? Is that possible? Where's Johofen and Front Row Racing GP? They're just in front of those guys, so is that a possibility?
I suppose anything's possible in Front Row Racing.
Yeah, you're right. And speaking of how possible things are, we've got Kev all over the back of Dom. Johofen's retired from the Grand Prix. What happened to him? Oh, goodness me, I don't know what's going on here, but Kev's on the attack for what would be an unlikely race lead. Who would have thought this a lap ago? He's all over the back of Dom, trying to take the lead away from Dom, who's already won once this year, trying to win for the second time. Stocky all over the back of him. Three cars fighting for the lead of this Grand Prix as all the other drivers come into the pits. It's nose to tail. They're all pushing each other through the source. Incredible stuff. And now Kev is right on the rear of Dom, and surely he's going to make the move. But the question is, will Stocky make the move in the pair of them? Climbing up through Eau Rouge and through Radion and down this back straight. Dom is going to be a sitting duck here. Indeed he is. We ride on Bobber Stocky as Kev goes to the left. He's going to try and sweep round the outside of Dom. We know how aggressive Dom is. He surely won't allow that. He's going to have to allow it because Kev goes soaring through and takes the place, and Stocky steams past as well to take second place. And as they go into reverse, and Stocky going to send one up the inside. Indeed he is not, and it's Kev now free and away to do what he likes. And this is the moment the race is decided. What do you think, Adam? What a great move from Kev around the outside at Lacombe.
I think this is important for Kev to get a little bit ahead of the cars because he's already pitted, I think, a lap earlier than the other cars. So he needs to get a good couple of laps under his belt to see where he's going to be at the come next stop.
It's going to be difficult because Stocky's coming past again. He's going to retake the lead through the Fatty chicane. And Stocky takes the lead back from Kev. And actually, Stocky is on the option tyre. Kev has fitted the primes. So we should expect this. Kev under real pressure. Dom, though, has gone for the primes. He's taking the same strategy as Kev. And the more Kev has got to fight with Stocky, the more this helps Dom on these prime tyres. He wants to try and stick with these guys to the end, doesn't he?
That's the plan. Kev's got to really keep himself in contention here. He's got to not be held up by Stocky. He's got to try and make a pass as soon as possible, because otherwise the undercut that he performed just not going to work out in the long term.
Indeed it is not. And wow, let's go back to what happened to Dave then. What do you think happened there? It just seemed, I would probably say, either wasn't concentrating on pit exit or clipped the barrier somewhere, or he's made contact with another car who was yet to make a stop. That could only be the possibilities. And then going through Eau Rouge, desperately trying to go flat through there, and as you know, you lose so much time if you're not going flat through there. Just planted it in the barrier. Almost a rookie error, you could say, from a world champion.
Could it be a sign that the pressure's just getting a bit too much for Dave at the moment?
Quite possibly. Quite possibly, Kev. Doing such a good job. And oh, Stocky! He's had to let Kev go. What's going on with Stocky? He's just let Kev go at the front of the Grand Prix.
It looked like his car ghosted, and then Kev just managed to get past. Now Stocky's making a move on Kev again.
Oh, he's done it! Oh my goodness me, what a move! Into Pouhon! Incredible, we've seen him go around the outside once or twice already, but never mind through Pouhon. That is incredible up the inside there. We said that's the most challenging corner on the circuit, and to pull a pass through there is quite incredible. Stocky retakes the lead after what seemed like a minor glitch. Maybe he hit the pit limiter or something. That's what it could have been.
But all the while this is going on, Stocky and Kev are having that little battle. Dom is right waiting in the wings there, and he will be pouncing. Maybe the first DRS zone, maybe even the second. But he will get past Kev, I think, on this lap.
Yeah, we also have to remember that Bartman's not far away either. He's right there, he's 7.8 seconds off the lead. He's not exactly out of this. He is in the options now, so can he close up on this group while Stocky holds everybody up? That's entirely possible, isn't it?
Anything's possible, but I've got a feeling it's going to be a fight between Kev and Dom for the race win.
Yeah, I think so too, and it's being helped by Stocky, isn't it, really, holding Kev up. Otherwise you'd expect Kev to sprint away, wouldn't you?
Definitely, Kev needs to get past Stocky as soon as possible. And
he will cement the victory, you would think, if he can do that, but it's not happening at the moment. Stocky has just got that so much straight line speed. Look, he's not even close to making a move. And I think he's gone for mode 1, Stocky. He must have stuck it in the rich fuel and he's holding out here to keep Kev behind, because as we know, as you said, Adam, Kev made the early stop, which might allow Dom to pounce a lap before the pit stops if he can't get the move done. So let's give you a quick rundown in the order on lap 9 out of 22. It is Stocky leading with Kev in second. Dom runs third with Bartman in fourth. GD5 King sits a solid fifth. Dave the Heart behind him in sixth. Thermal Racing GP sits in seventh. And Konzo is back in eighth, who, remember, lost his front wing on the opening lap. Out of this Grand Prix, Joe Finn, we didn't see what happened to him, but we certainly know what happened to the World Championship leader, crashing at Eau Rouge, having lost his front wing on pit exit. We don't know how, but he lost his front wing on the exit of the pit lane. And really seriously damaged his championship hopes. So, back to the action at the front, and what is a beautiful day here in Belgium. With Kev climbing onto the back of Stocky again, not making any major inroads. You've got to think that Stocky's in full rich attacking fuel mode, don't you, Adam?
Yeah, I'd go with that because he's on the fast tyre. He's probably running a higher fuel, trying to get a bit of an advantage. But the thing is, Kev is fast no matter what tyre he's on.
Yeah, absolutely. And if he thinks that Stocky has got them covered in a straight line, do you think there's anybody else Kev can really make a move? Is it possible on these slower prime tyres to make a move in the middle part of the lap?
I'd say that, well, as we know from qualifying, Kev is super strong in the middle sector, and that's where he's got to just try and keep up with Stocky in the first and third sector, just so he can make the second sector benefit him.
Absolutely. It's going to be very, very intriguing. I think that's the word to use, intriguing, because it's going to be a tactical battle until the next pit stop. So how can Kev make the move? It's going to be very tough, but the only encouraging sign for him is he has dropped Dom a little bit, and Dom will be disappointed by that because he needs to get on the back of Kev here, because this is a real chance for him with Stocky being a real thorn in the backside of Kev, isn't it? What a chance! He needs to get on the back of Kev.
If Stocky can keep in front of Kev and Dom the way he's doing, it doesn't have to be seconds down the road, but if Stocky can get a win over a Williams car and even over Dom, then that's just going to put a little, well, it'll probably put the rest of the grid on notice that, you know what, I'm ready to play, I'm ready to interrupt any battle that's going on.
Indeed. Do you think there's any chance that we might see any of these drivers switch to a two-stop, or do you think they're locked into the three stops now with them early pit stops, we see?
I definitely think Kev's on a free stopper, but I'm not too sure. I think maybe Stocky would be brave to go on a two-stopper because from the tyre data, it's going to be very close if you're going to get a puncture through tyre wear. So safe money is on a free stopper, but if you want to be in with a chance of winning, be like Stocky, go try a two-stopper. You never know what's going to happen.
Well, as we did hear from Dave, he felt that 11 laps is possible before the race. I mean, we've got 11 laps to go at the moment to do a prime tyre run, but I think Stocky, if he's doing this at the moment, quite comfortably keeping these guys back, if he can run just a couple more laps, or 3 more laps, 2 or 3 more laps, surely he will feel he can go to the end of the race on the prime. Surely, and that will be 2 stops, won't it?
Definitely. Well, the prime tyres are meant to last a good 10 laps, but it will be a slow few laps at the end of the stint, so anything's possible at the moment. You could even see Kev trying to change to a two-stop strategy.
Indeed. What's surprising me is how Stocky's doing this. I mean, we've seen, of course, the race leaders at the end of the first stint hitting after 4 and 5 laps. I mean, how long has Stocky been on these? This is 6th lap now? I think it would be, isn't it?
I think it's 6th lap. On board with Dave the Harp at the moment, chasing down a Force India of GT5 King.
Yeah, let's go to the midfield. Why not? We've not been there at all race, because it's all been happening at the front. So here is Dave the Harp then attacking GT5 King. He didn't do a qualifying lap, possibly to help his first stint, which I can understand. Would you agree with that? Is that probably why he did that, Adam?
It's a different way of looking at it, but personally I would rather get a time set than save an extra lap on the tyres, because you could be at the end of the starting grid and you could be caught up in an incident. But Dave the Harp's doing quite well at the moment, 6th place, but maybe if he'd have qualified he could be maybe ahead of GT5 King at this moment.
Yeah, very good point, very, very good point, but we're going to find out if he can pass him anyway as they go through Blanchimont, and it doesn't look close enough in that Ferrari. Remember, Mercedes power in the car in front. It's not going to be easy for Dave to make that move as they go down at the end of the 11th lap at the braking point. Oh, and GT5 King very, very wide there, and then course dives into the pits as Dave carries on. So Dave the Harp climbs up into 5th place as a result of that. As Bartman runs in third. I think a bit of pit stop from Stocky. Yep, we have. Stocky's now pitted and is coming out of the pits, I believe, in 4th place, just ahead of Dave the Harp. There he is. Stocky makes the stop then. 10 laps. Can he go to the finish on those tyres? It's going to be interesting.
He should be able to do it if he can just not over race the tyres. He should be in there for a good shout of possibly 1st or 2nd.
I'll have to see. It's going to be very, very interesting. He's 3 seconds back from Bartman, I believe, and he's 8 seconds back from Dom. So this has got to be Kev's chance then. He's got to break clear of Dom now, because he's no longer following Stocky. This is it. He wants to be sure of covering off Dom. He needs to pull clear, but What about the tyres? What will he do? We don't know what these guys are going to do. Is one of them going to try a 2, or are they both going to try a 3? There's one thing for sure. I would say, if Dom tries the same strategy as Kev, he's not going to win this race.
Agreed with you that. I think Kev may even try and eke out this stint. Maybe a couple more laps, that would be positive for him, and then chuck on the options.
Okay. And that would leave him 8 laps to go. So then a 2-4 lap stints, do you think? Or do you think he'd go right to the end on the options?
Or it'd be really, really close. If he went on the end of options, he could end up with a puncture. So I don't know. It's one of them confusing things. He's pitting now at the moment, though.
Yeah, he's coming in now. And will he fit the frames to the end, or will he go option, or what is he going to do? This is going to be very interesting. What tyre will go in Kev's car? It could decide the race this afternoon. The Williams boys have been doing the calculations. Kev comes in. That's the set of the option tyre. He's pitting again, surely. And that could open a door for Stocky, surely. And
well, Bartman's going round, coming up to Eau Rouge, and he's currently second at the moment.
Bartman running in second on the option. Dom in the lead, but we've got to focus here on Stocky. He's ahead of Kev on the road, and presumably as well as that, going to the end of the Grand Prix, and Kev might need to stop again. That's entirely possible. We'll have to see. Will fortune favour the brave of Stocky, or will those tyres fall away in the closing laps? It's going to be very interesting. We've got Bartman in second. Let's have a quick look at the race director, see what he's been doing. We've not followed him much in the Grand Prix. He's made 1 stop thus far, and I believe he must have started on the prime tyre from the back of the grid, and then fitted the option. That's probably what he's done, isn't it?
Yeah, if you've started on a prime, you might as well go option, and I suppose option if you're doing a free stopper.
We'll have to wait and see what he does then. We've got 9 laps to go in this Belgian Grand Prix. It's been action-packed at the start. We had so much action, drivers changing position at the front, and then the World Championship leader crashing out at Eau Rouge corner without a front wing. Goodness knows what happened. It may have been a failure. He may have made contact with another driver. We do not have footage of that. We did not catch that. We'll have to find out after the Grand Prix what might have happened to the World Championship leader. There's one thing for sure, as things stand, he will not remain the World Championship leader. It is a lead for Dom at the moment with Bartman in second, and Dom is coming into the pits then. And what tyre will he fit? If he goes primes, he's going to the end. If he goes option, he's going to finish behind Kev. That's what we agree on.
Oh, Kev's had a slide coming up to the bus stop chicane.
Oh, he's off. He's off the track, so he has. Kev's gone off the track as Bartman comes in, and what has happened to Kev? It's not going at all well. Dom's pitted, and he's gone prime. He's going to the end as well.
Running on board with Dom, coming out of the pits. It's going to be nip and tuck between him and Kev. Kev's just gone by.
Kev's through. Yep, Kev takes second away from Dom. But Kev's going to stop again this afternoon. Surely he can't take those options to the end. He can't. No chance. Let's see it now then. Stocky's going to go at the end of the primes. Surely. Kev's going to pit once more on those options for another set. Dom is going to go at the end on the prime. And Bartman is going to go at the end on the prime as well. And fourth. Maybe, just maybe, very early to say, there's a possibility Williams could have miscalculated this, and this 2-stop might just be quicker than the 3.
I think you may be right there. I think Williams have got this a little bit wrong. It looks like the other cars were a bit more gentle on their tyres, and now it's a huge gamble if Kev can carry on the options to the end, because I don't see it happening.
Nah, and if he does try that, he could end up with no points at all, and he knows he might not be going to take the full 25 points and smash that championship lead to bits, but if he can just edge ahead in the championship, that would be fine, of course. I mean, for him to not go ahead, he would have to finish down in what, 6th place, 7th place? 6th place, and he wouldn't go ahead, 7th place. So surely he just needs to bring it home, get a podium if he can, maybe 3rd or 4th place. You know, if we don't know, he might take them to the end, but if he takes these tyres to the end, surely the tyres will destroy, they'll pop. We've seen it in the Belgian Grand Prix itself this year with Sebastian Vettel trying to take the cars too far, and we've seen what happened to them, didn't we, Adam? So he needs to try and make his mind up pretty soon.
I tell you what, Kev has got a ton of pace. He's really catching Stocky up really quickly as he sets the fastest lap of 1:47, and he's a couple of attempts away from Stocky. He needs to get past Stocky on this lap if he's going to have to make another stop.
Yeah, you're right. He does. going to be very, very interesting. Stocky's been so difficult to overtake up till now, but surely his armour is a lot less because those tyres are going to be struggling. But not yet. In fact, no, not yet. Stocky's tyres won't be struggling just yet. So this is the race for Stocky. If he can hold Kev behind for a few laps and limit the damage, he might be able to win this race. Isn't that correct, Adam?
Yeah, I think Stocky's got the ball in his corner at the moment. He's in control at the moment, but he's also got to remember that if Kev's got a pit, he shouldn't really fight Kev too much.
I don't know, it's a balancing act. If he fights him, he could damage his own tyres, but he's in a race with Kev. If he can hold him back, then that stops Kev from catching him as much after the stop, doesn't it? It's very difficult. Well,
you got to think of it like this. Stocky is about 8/10 of a second in front of Kev. If Kev has to pit, that's what, a 24-25 second stop. Stocky's going to be, I'd say he's going to be what, 20-25 seconds in front of Kev, but then you've got to take tyre wear into it. So I think Stocky will have enough of a buffer.
Regardless, okay, very, very interesting. But he is catching him at quite a rate of knots. He's catching him hand over fist, as Kev. In my position, I know you're different from me. In my position, I would be defending this. I would be defending this because of caution in case the tyres go off the cliff. Because you do not know when these tyres are going to go. If it was me and I was Stocky, I'd be defending this. You think different? Okay, we'll see. We'll have to wait and see what Stocky does. He's the driver, we're the commentators. It's going to be very interesting nonetheless, isn't it, Adam? It's going to be brilliant.
I agree, but I think if Stocky can keep Kev behind him this lap, then Stocky is well in his right to defend them because Kev has not got a chance if he has to pit.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see what he does. Kev closing and closing. No, he's not closing at all. Stocky's got the car set up perfectly for the race trim. Kev isn't even in a sniff. Clearly these guys felt that they had to get ahead at the start and it worked out brilliantly. We've only got 6 laps to go in this Grand Prix and there is not a Williams in that front position, and Kev, will he go to the end or will he pit? Does he sense the 25 points by jumping ahead of Stocky? Oh, he's got to pit. He's got to. He's got to. There's so many different variables that can happen here. Kev could go to the end and get a puncture, he could pit again and relinquish his chances of winning. Stocky could even get a puncture.
I think smart money is Kev's going to pit because he may not want to go for the win now. Dave's out. He's probably going to want to get some safe points because if he carries on them option tyres and they go off the cliff, he could be in a wall and he's in no better of a situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you're absolutely right there, Adam. We can put all these permutations and possibilities into the minds of the people back home, but I think you're probably right. And Kev, right now, it looks like he's going to be making a move, and Stocky, as I predicted, is going to try and defend it. But he can only defend so much when...
oh, there's been contact! Oh no! It's over for Kev!
Oh my goodness, I think that was a glitch! Oh, I don't believe it! Oh my words! Incredible! Absolutely incredible scenes here in Belgium! The Williams boys might not have crashed into one another, but they've crashed into something rather firmer than the front wing of their cars, and in the end they are both going to the tyre, and Stocky is streaking to victory here in Belgium. Oh my goodness.
I tell you who will be happy about that, and he may not want to show he's happy, but that will be Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. And suddenly you've got to bring another thing into the minds of the people. There was an 84-point gap between the World Championship leader and Dom. That's going to be sliced down to just the 60 what? 68 or something? 66? Well, that's bringing him a little bit closer. Very unlikely, of course, but you never know what's going to happen in front row racing. But Dom, as it stands, is going to slice the championship gap down. Wow.
On board with Front Row Racing GP, currently getting chased down by Konzo.
Let's have a look at that. Yeah, I'll see if I can pick that up. Konzo, yep, there he is, the man who had serious front wing damage at the start of the Grand Prix recovering. But what happened to Kev? I do not believe it. Did that look like a glitch to you, Adam?
It looked like a little bit of lag coming again from Stocky's car, but I don't know, there's a lot of damage. It looks maybe Kev just didn't brake quick enough. I'm not sure. It's a hard one to figure out, that one.
Yeah, very, very difficult. And incredible ramifications for the World Championship, isn't it? Just when you think Kev's about to stamp his authority with Dave in the wall at Eau Rouge, things go wrong for him, and he's lost his left front tyre, and he's in the barrier down at Blanchimont, and it's not even raining here. There's been no variable weather. Everything was perfect for Williams. They were on the front row. They locked it out. They were looking comfortable. And then, by the time they got to the first corner, things took a different turn, and it's been incredibly topsy-turvy from then on in. We've got both the championship rivals out of the Grand Prix, but Stocky, whether he will hold on to that win, I don't know, because of his lag issues. And of course, you have to remember, he did appear to make contact with Dom as well on the first few laps. So he's second, 7.1 back. He might have something to say to the stewards about that collision, of course, isn't that right, Adam?
Yeah, I think this will be investigated, because it's quite a couple of bad incidents there through lag, and you know, it's kind of not cost each Williams driver too much because of the buffer they have over Dom, but it still cost them enough.
Very interesting. I'm sure the stewards will have a very, very busy evening after this Grand Prix discussing what might have happened.
Konzo is right behind Front Row Racing GP coming out of Eau Rouge.
Yep, here we go then. Konzo with his teammate up in second. He'll be trying to climb up into 6th place. But look at the straight line speed Front Row Racing GP has. He's so quick in a straight line. And he looks on course to take 8 World Championship points unless Konzo can do something about him. The Scottish driver, who I believe races in the World Series. Is that correct, Adam?
Yeah, a very talented driver in the World Series, putting in some decent displays and just showing the World Championship drivers, yes, I can do this. I can step up to that level.
Okay, very interesting. It's good to give you a quick. Good for you to give us a quick profile on the World Series, guys. How's Konzo doing in that World Championship? Is he doing all right? Is he holding his own?
Yeah, he's getting some good solid results, a couple of wins I think as well, but he had in the last race in Hungary, it was a dry race, and I think about 5 laps from the end it just chucked it down. He made the right decision putting on the Inter tyres and managed to get the win.
Well, I wonder if that will happen again here in Belgium, because the blue sky is still quite blue, but there is a few fluffy clouds out there, but very unlikely we're going to see any rain at the end of this one. But Konzo just doing a very good job there, and nice to get a little bit of an insight from one of the World Series guys and how Konzo's getting on. It's good to see he's doing a good job in the World Series and doing a solid job here as well. Just a pity about that front line damage, isn't it, Adam? Right at the start of this Grand Prix.
Yeah, definitely. He should have been higher up the order without that damage. But it's all experience, and experience every driver needs.
Yeah, well, maybe he can experience overtaking one of the Front Row Racing World Championship drivers anytime soon. Front Row Racing GP is the man he's attacking at the moment, but going out of that first corner, once again, just not very quick on the exit and struggling, maybe with traction, to get any sort of run. And look at that, Front Row Racing GP just disappears into the distance, doesn't it? Incredible.
Just getting some information through that Stocky's car lagged back into Kev's and caused terminal damage, and then Dave lost the car on pit exit, lost his wing, and went straight on at Eau Rouge.
Yeah, we've seen him go straight on, so that's what it was then. Thank you for that information. So we have just discovered, folks, back home on the television, that Kev had a lag issue. Stocky's car lagging into Kev, causing terminal damage. I've seen that in a few races, in fact, so that explains that one, but that will surely be going to the stewards after the Grand Prix. We want to try and discuss and see how we can avoid that from happening again. And of course, Dave, it was all on his own then. There you go, he lost it on pit exit, trying to floor the throttle and get the best exit he can, keep the advantage he had, and he lost it.
I tell you what, there is irony about that, because Dave was bringing that issue up with Stocky, who lost his wing, his front wing on the pit exit at Silverstone, and he says that a couple of days ago, and now Dave suffered the same fate.
Wow, incredible. You just never know when something's going to kick off in Front Row Racing. Something as simple as a pit lane exit for one of the championship contenders. Just the pressure getting to him, this is Adam, like the pit lane exit. You know, we all say about how important it was for Dave to stamp his authority at that point, with Kev making the undercut, and well out of the way it seemed at that point, didn't it? It seemed like he was struggling to get anywhere near Dave, and as a result, Dave just wasn't, I don't know, he just wasn't thinking, it was just a silly move, incredible. I can't believe he's done that. I just cannot believe it. I'm speechless to try and explain what's happened there for someone with such experience, but incredibly, we speak about Stocky having done that, but he now leads this Grand Prix. But surely some of the discussions will be about his lag and of course his collision with Dom as well, who's now running in second with Bartman. Remember, he started at the back of the grid, is now running up in third. What a drive from him.
As I say, you know, you've got to take advantage of your opportunities, and this is what they're doing. Bartman's taking advantage, and third at the moment. If he can push on, he could get a few more points here.
Yep, and looking back now at Conzo, he seems to have got a front ahead of Front Row Racing GP, and it's getting very interesting behind him, because now Front Row Racing GP has got his teammate G5 King right behind him in the run down the Poohorn. We've got a little bit of a scrap forming here at the end of the Grand Prix, and in fact, he's letting him go, he's letting his teammate go. Interesting, Front Row Racing GP allows his teammate through to have a look at the back of Conzo.
I think that's an absolutely brilliant decision there. Brilliant team decision.
Yep. Absolutely fantastic. We know the Force India guys are really close in the championship, and it's worked a treat, because round the outside and through it seems goes GD5 King with Scott. Rian moves up into 5th place ahead of Conzo. Great decision from the Force India boys, and a lot of credit deserved has to be given there to Front Row Racing GP, doesn't it?
Definitely, there is a top quality racer there, and knowing that he hasn't got the pace to challenge Conzo, so lets his partner through to get advantage of the situation, because GT5 King is on newer tyres than Conzo.
Oh, and look at that! Front Row Racing GP is going to go through as well, and it's going to work a treat, is it? Incredible, GT5 King getting Conzo the squeeze, and that allows Front Row Racing GP in, and he's going to go down the outside as he very nearly did. It looked like Conzo was going to go back on GT5 King. GT5 King, Rihan, thought, no, I'm not having that. I'm going to squeeze you out and give their teammate the position back by helping him past Conzo, and very nearly worked there. Great teamwork display there from Force India. It's worked for Rihan, it very nearly worked for both cars there. Incredible.
It just shows you that some guys can actually work well together, and this is a great partnership for Rian and Steve, aka Front Row Racing GP, putting a decent team performance there.
Fantastic to see. And Conzo will be wondering what the hell's going on here. You don't get this in the World Series, do you? That's what he'll be wondering. And yeah, Ravage on lap 21 out of 22. We're in the penultimate lap now, and I think Conzo's really struggling on those tyres, and maybe Front Row Racing GP can come back at him. We'll have to wait and see. That looks like the best battle on track as Stocky continues to lead, but he's only 2.9. It's coming down at the front, but not coming down quick enough though, I don't think, to stop Dom from winning. But those tyres on Stocky's car will be damaged quite badly now. To remember, he's been on them for what, 10 laps, I think?
Yeah, it will be coming up to 10, 11 laps, yeah? So a long old stint on them tyres. Yeah,
and Dom's done a few less laps, I think, than him. So will the tyres go off the cliff on this final lap? We've seen so much in this race. If the tyres were to go, it would be quite incredible, wouldn't it? But Stocky just stroking it home, I think, to victory. 2.7 the gap now. This middle sector is going to be crucial, but look at that. It looks like Dom's really eating that gap apart, isn't he? Really slicing it down.
Yeah, he's on the back of Stocky very quickly.
Well, we'll have to wait, keep an eye on that. Dave the Harp's now running in third. Bartman's been in the pits. Why is Bartman in? Oh my goodness, Dave the Harp into a sensational third place. Wow, and GD5 King will take fourth, and Conzo will take fifth, and Front Row Racing GP will take sixth. What has happened? The Bartman, oh, it's all gone wrong, and from starting last, he's somehow going to finish last. Maybe it was a puncture, I'm not sure. Disaster.
On board with Stocky at the moment, if you'd like to guide us through the last half a lap.
Yeah, well, here he comes then. There's been a lot of talk. Stocky is going to pick up what would seem like a first victory. It might go to the steward's room later, but he can milk the moment right now, because here we go. An incredible opening lap from the two drivers you see in your screen now to put the Williams guys in the back foot. They hit trouble for the first time this season, and these are the guys that are poused. It's going to be Stocky rounding the final few corners. Into the bus stop he goes for the final time on seriously damaged tyres, with Dom climbing onto the back of him at the line. But it's Stocky who wins for the first time in the World Championship, with Dom in second. And it's going to be a sensational third for Dave the Harp as well. The stories just keep on coming here in Belgium. First for everyone. It might even be Dave the Harp's first podium. I'm not sure. Maybe you can tell me about that one, Adam. I'm not 100% sure.
I think it could be this season. I tell you what, Dave the Harp is a really decent driver and he deserves third place, a well-deserved third place.
He might be a long way back, but this is another special moment. The Ferrari flags are out in force on the pit wall, and this will bring a tear to a few Ferrari fans'
And he's
eyes.
happy about it.
Brings it home in third. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. GD5 King is going to bring it home in fourth. What a result for him. And Konzo is he's going to be beaten to the line by Batman, is he? He is he?
Oh,
my
what
God.
a move.
Just ahead of Batman. Oh, the front row racing GP behind them. And Batman with the fresh tires at the end very nearly did it. But what a race. So much going on. Not a Williams in sight on that podium. It's Stocky who wins his first World Championship race, raising the trophy aloft. Delight for him. And Dave the Harp makes it onto the podium. What a podium it is here in Belgium. As the celebrations begin, it's Stocky on top with Dom in second. And Dave the Harp looks so happy on that podium with an unexpected and sensational third. What a race here in Belgium.
Brilliant action all the way through that race.
Well, there is the order. Stocky winning for the first time ever in the World Championship. Dom the Dutchman in second, with Dave the Harp incredibly from 9th in the grid. Didn't even do a qualifying lap, remember. Brings it home in third. GD5 King fourth, with Konzo in fifth. Just ahead of Front Row Racing GP in sixth. Batman had a penalty, so he actually lost all those places he gained in the last lap to finish in seventh. Kev out of the race incredibly through a huge slice of bad luck. Jehofen also suffering the same fate, with Dave in 10th crashing out at Eau Rouge. Who would you say, Adam, is your driver of the day? It's very tough to pick one with all that's going on, but I think a special mention to Dave the Harp.
Yeah, I would give it to Dave the Harp. A really, really brilliant performance. Just get the top three into the podium interview. Yep, they're just got the invitations now, so we'll wait for them to come in, and well, it'll be interesting to see what Stocky's got to say on the whole situation with lag. Just awaiting the two other drivers. Okay, Andy, it's up to you now.
Well. What a race, folks. What a race. Quite incredible. Grand Prix for a long time. Where are the Williams boys? I'm looking for them. I don't see anyone overall, so I'm just going again. They're not on the podium today. So let's go to Stocky. Wow, you won your first race, but not with this controversy. Let's go straight into it. How do you feel to have won your first race?
It feels really good. I mean, I don't know if it was due to my lag or anything, but I don't really mind at this point. I'm just happy that I actually won.
Okay, well done in winning for the first time. What about your incident with Dom? It seemed there was an incident there as well down at Rivage. Is that true? I mean, it was lag. We couldn't quite make out. We've seen Dom go wide.
Well, from my point of view, I'd gone alongside Dave and gone in front of Dave, and on my screen it just looked like Dom's wheel had just become an aeroplane. So I don't know. I'll show race directors my footage and see what they think.
So, from your point of view, you did absolutely everything right. There was nothing you could have done differently. It might be lag.
From my point of view, there was no contact, but whether Dom felt something is completely different.
Okay, well done anyway. What a fantastic result. Delighted
you.
for you to win your first race in the World Championship. qualifying. Were you happy with that fourth position? Or did you think there was any more in it?
I was happy because I was against the people. Well, I was out qualified by the people that I wanted to beat, so that gave me a mentality to go out there and try and beat them. I thought
Okay.
I could have got a little bit of a better lap time, but I've just got to deal with it now.
And down at the first corner, in the opening lap, what happened? It was all kicking. We obviously waited a little bit because we were asked to by Dave to wait a little bit in case our cars rolled into the action at the first corner because your car rolls away. But we did. I seen that Dom had made a move up the inside. Did you just manage to take advantage of Dom going up the inside and just sneak ahead of the Williams? Happened.
Oh yeah, I mean, whoever was in front of me on the grid, as in directly in front, not Dom, but whoever's in second, seemed to go deep, so I just took the opportunity and was optimistic and went through.
It seemed like you had a good setup as well for the race. You were just pulling away in a straight line. There was nothing that Kev could do. There was nothing anybody could do to stop your car in a straight line. I think you had really low wings going down that straight.
I did. I just thought priority. I can't afford to be getting swamped on the Camel Straight, so I've got to try and grim and bear it in the corners, but then maximise myself on the straight.
Oh well
More
done.
kind of damage limitation.
Well done, a winning strategy, incredibly.
Thank you.
In the end. And let's go on to Dom, the Dutchman. Well, Dom, a mixed emotions, I would say. I would think both Williams guys out would surely mean you'd be in to take the victory, but not today. How do you feel with second?
Yeah, I have to say I'm disappointed with this. I felt that we had the pace to win today, and I still feel that we are the winners. I got well, the contact answer Stocky in that Ravage, that corner. Well, I was in first, and then I got shunted from the rear, so I went in really deep, and yeah, there was nothing I could do, and then I was behind the Williams boys, and quite far behind Stocky. I still had to congratulate Stocky with his win. I mean, absolutely fantastic for him. He's a good lad. But I do feel we had to have the win today. And I'm happy that the Williams boys didn't finish. I was quite happy with that. It's a shame for them, but it's good for me. And yeah, I don't know. It's a race of mixed emotions, as you say. It was a good race, but I feel that we had to have the win today.
Do you think you can now push on and maybe try and challenge for this championship? I mean, the gap was huge, but it's now only the 66 points between yourself and the championship leader.
I don't think the championship is anything that we need to think about at the moment. At the moment, the target is to win races and to be as high up the grid as possible. We had quite a few unlucky races at the start of this season, which make the championship quite impossible further on. So for this season, my target is to just get as many wins and as many points as possible, and just see what happens. And then the goal for next season is to challenge for the championship.
Okay, so just keep going for it, keep winning, forget the points, and see where it takes you. I like that attitude, very good attitude to take. What was your take on the first lap? You seem to have a lightning start off the grid. Did you just attack the Williams and get the move done into turn one? What happened there?
I had a fantastic start. I had a really great drive of the line, and well, I was getting up to Kev, and then Kev had a huge slide of the rear. So Kev went all the way to the left, and then yeah, I had no one in front, so I just had to get all the way up the inside of the corner. There was just no other way I could go, and then that paid off because I was in the lead coming out of that hairpin. So that was quite good, to be fair. It's quite a good start of the race.
Parting of the seas.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, fantastic result, Dom. I mean, there's so much action going on. There was some great moves by everybody in that Grand Prix. We've seen Stocky going around the outside at Eau Rouge, not Eau Rouge, sorry, at Francorchamps. I think even Dom, I think you had a move around the outside there as well. There's so many drivers pulling some incredible moves. Kev, everybody. Kev, the best move I think was Kev around the outside at Lacombe. There's so many moves, so much action going on there. Incredible
but
race.
I still do feel that the stewards have quite a few things to look at as to who's going to win this race after Stewart's injury. So yeah, we'll have to see what they think about it.
Yep, I have to agree with that. But let's move on to the big fairy tale story of the weekend. Dave the Harp is on the podium. Incredible, Dave. Your thoughts?
Yeah. It's just feels good to get a decent result and have a nice clean race with no issues whatsoever. Just everything just seems to go right tonight.
So delighted with the podium.
Oh yeah, of course. It's a good point haul for the team. And
Is that champagne bottle going to go in a glass case up in the living room? Where's it going to go? The trophy, where's it all going? Delightful result, surely.
oh, I can't be any more pleased with tonight. I know it's only because the cars dropped out, but that's just the way it goes, and I get the points.
Yeah, well done, Dave. Absolutely delighted for you. And in fact, we did decide to give you the driver of the day as a result. Fantastic. Getting the car home.
Thank you very much. Well, I chose not to do a qualifying lap and save me time for the race as well, which helped me a great deal with the strategy.
Something we discussed. And did you feel that really benefited you in that first stint? Is that what you really felt the benefits?
Oh yeah, it was a decent grip right till the very end of the stint. They never really dropped off the tyres.
So it all worked in well for you then. So Dave, see, so what was that, 9th in the grid then with Bartman not qualifying? What would you have expected had you done a lap? Was it about 9th, or would you think really close?
Well, I was looking at the table and I thought if I do a lap now I'm going to probably get 5th with looking at what times are there. So I thought I may as well just save my tyres and keep them for the race. And
Well, it's worked
it
out.
paid off.
What a treat. You've ended up with a podium place. Well done, Dave. Fantastic. Let's go back
Thank
to
you
the race runner at the moment, Stocky. Moving on to the next race now in Italy. Can you try and win again? Is that another possibility?
I would definitely try. Whether I can or not is a different question, but I'll definitely give it my best chance.
Is it a track you feel you go well at?
I like to think so.
Well, we'll soon see if Stocky can repeat this incredible result and get on to the top step again. Well, we'll see if Dom and even Dave for Ferrari. What would the story would be if Dave could get the Ferrari on the podium at Monza? I'm sure that the Tifosi will go wild. I'm sure you guys will tune in next week at the Italian Grand Prix next Wednesday, and we'll see if Dave can indeed get the Ferrari guys going wild. No more of those guys on the podium today. I'm sure they will next week for the Italian Grand Prix. Thanks for watching and see you next week.
Alright, thank you.